The Delights of Our Hearts was born at 5:42 a.m. on Good Friday, March 25, 2005, in Madison, Wisconsin. Her grandpa Muhlenbeck was sure that her expressive large blue eyes needed to be registered as lethal weapons. They had already captured his heart. Her sense of humor was so unique and delightful. One day she planted her chubby little hands on the door jambs and made it clear to her very amused mother that she would not be allowed to pass through that door till she paid the toll determined by this 2-year-old. Years later, she let her dad, who was very weary after a long day's work, know that, "Dad, you're a handsome man, just right for the kissing," which was promptly followed by sweetness of her kiss on his cheek. There are few things that compared with the delight of reading for Marais. It was so special to her that if there was a need for discipline, her mom and dad knew that one of the most effective disciplines was to remove reading privileges. Reading seemed to be a natural passion for her. When only 3 years old, her Nana had made the long trip out to Nebraska and felt too tired to read to Marais her Bible story. So Nana laid down on Marais' bed and suggested that Marais should do the reading. The earnest passion with which she grabbed her little Bible paper was quite entertaining. But as her little voice told the story of the disciples on the Sea of Galilee, the element of entertainment turned to a touching awe. She read how afraid the disciples were and how Jesus stood up in the boat and told the wind and waves to be still. And when in earnest tone that Nana will never forget, she said, "Why were you so afraid? Didn't you know I was with you?" Marais' family will let that question echo in their hearts and minds as a reminder that Jesus is always with us and will never leave us or forsake us. Those cherishing his presence are Marais Muhlenbeck's mom and dad, Amy and Jim, and her big brother, Brent. Her paternal grandparents, Karen and Al Muhlenbeck of Bristol, Wisconsin. Her maternal grandparents, Dennis and Wanda Winsack of Plymouth, Wisconsin, and 3 Lakes, Wisconsin. On Amy's side, Marais' Aunt Leanne and Uncle Philip, and soon to arrive cousin Baby Bird. On Jim's side, Marais' Uncle Scott and Aunt Liz, cousins Parker and Marion Muhlenbeck, Aunt Debbie and cousins Libby, Bree, and Donnie Gruda. On Amy's side, Marais' great-grandma Virginia Winsack, and many loved great-uncles and aunts, and great-great, not average, uncles and aunts and cousins. Marais entered her sleep in Jesus, August 28, 2016. While she sleeps, we await the promise of Jesus' soon return and resurrection. She was a member of the Blossburg Seventh-day Adventist Church. She was memorizing Psalms 18, verses 1 and 2, this summer while with her Nana. "I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold." Amy has asked that I share with you Psalms chapter 8. Shortly after Marais went to sleep in Jesus, there was a group of us huddled in a room that they prepared for us in the emergency room. And I'll never forget Amy coming into the room and saying, "Are there any verses of praise?" And I found Psalms 8 to read. "O Lord, our Lord, your majestic name fills the earth. Your glory is higher than the heavens. You have taught children and infants to tell of your strength, silencing your enemies and all who oppose you. When I look at the night sky and see the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars you set in place. What are mere mortals that you should think about them? Human beings that you should care for them. Yet you made them only a little lower than God and crowned them with glory and honor. You gave them charge over everything you made, putting all things under your authority. The flocks and the herds and all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, the fish in the sea, and even in everything that swims the ocean currents. O Lord, our Lord, your majestic name fills the earth.
I know she loved praise songs, but I didn't